everybody, Games Closet here again, back as promised with the video about the first sizable portion of Girl Rules. Um I I don't know if this channel is about BL and GL. I don't know what this channel is about. When I have something else in my life to talk about, I'll talk about it. For right now, this is what's living in my mind. Um this is gonna be like a recap of my thoughts on episodes 1 through 3 of Girl Rules, the GL that is currently airing under GMM TV. Comes out every Monday at 10:30 or 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. I'm not actually sure how the time difference is working, um, but watch it if you can find it. If you can find it. If you need, I guess I can also, like, if you're having trouble watching it, you can either use a VPN and set it to South Africa. Everything that TV releases, if it comes out on their YouTube channel at all, it's gonna be in South Africa. You can always trust South Africa. I use Proton VPN. South Africa, they have the shows. Um, and then you can also, but I'm watching this through IQ, um, and I don't need a VPN for that because I'm in the United States, the U.S. Um, Anyways, yes, I'm gonna be moving mostly character by character. I'm going to the video I made about Only Friends Dream On recap of episodes 1 through 3. I'm gonna be flashing up tweets that I've made. Maybe this will entice you to follow me on Twitter. I need moots, you guys. You're gonna see all my posts have no likes because I have no mutes. Mutes, oomphs. I need oomphs. And then I'm also going to be um talking about the fan fiction tropes that I associate with each of these couples. The title of this video is going to be something along the lines of "The fan fiction writes itself," because it really does. It really does. There's a lot of interesting character dynamics happening here. And I'm going to be talking about all the fan fiction that I would write if I had the time and less ADHD to write them about these people. But yeah, let's just dive in, shall we? Okay. So, firstly, we're going to be talking about Prim. Okay? Prim, like, a lot of people, and I'll talk about this later, but a lot of people dislike Prim. Um, a lot of people dislike everything about this show, but a lot of people are disliking Prim, because she's, like, allegedly, like, leading Goria on, and Loki she is. So this is a tweet that I made. Like, Prim is low-key moving like the average evil lesbian. Like, I've known many evil lesbians. I've known people personally victimized by this particular brand of evil lesbian that, like, clearly is not trying to be in a relationship with anybody other than the other evil lesbian in the neighborhood, but is going to continue to move through the community. Regardless, it's gonna continue to move through the community regardless, and like say things like, oh, like, I'm just not trying to be in a relationship right now. You are just not with the person that you're trying to do stuff with. Oh, like, I just don't want to ruin our friendship. Oh, like, I just don't think that I'm monogamous. That's the new one. 2026, evil lesbians are saying they're non monogamous. But watch how they'll get with back with their ex, and then they'll stop seeing other people. Wow. Wow. So, but like, I think it's okay. Like, evil lesbians need to be on TV. Like, this is representation, you guys. We need her. She is the community. She is the moment. I don't think, like, she's not, like, I'm not mad at her for that. Like, that's okay, because people need to make their own choices, and they need to listen to her words. If she says that she's not ready to be in a relationship, she's not trying to be in a relationship with you. I don't know. She's not gonna be your girlfriend. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, she's a hard worker. I like that she seems very good at her job. She's like kind of cool. Like, I'd say I I don't want to draw everything back to Only Friends, but I've seen people make comparisons of like Prim and Sand, and I think that's like it's low key kind of apt. It's low key kind of apt. Um, I think as well she's like a good friend to men. Um, I'd be worried more about men's, I don't know. Because oh my god, people are mad. I also saw like people say like, oh, or someone, I'm not gonna say people. I saw someone say that like Prim was like blaming men for being in a toxic relationship. But you have to understand, like, you can only tell people, you can only tell women to break up with their terrible, toxic, should be in jail, should be beneath the jail boyfriends. You can only tell them to break up with those boyfriends so many times, okay? And you can only see them break up and get back together so many times before it becomes grating on you, okay? And I've seen people drop their friends because of, and because like you don't understand like the types of things that this boyfriend was saying about Prim. Like, so I think it's understandable in these situations if people need to drop their friends from doing that. Like that's like against my personal values personally. Like I think that that's the thing that these evil men are trying to do when they um like trying their goal is to isolate the girlfriend so that the toxicity or even like abuse maybe, however you want to define that, is able to like continue and there's no route for escape. Like that's the goal. So I wouldn't do that, and I'm glad that Prim is sticking by men, but like she has the right to be kind of irritated and annoyed at this situation. Like, I think we need to understand that we're watching a show about people, and so people are going to have their own reactions to things. Like, people are not going to be. It was raining. That was so concerning or something. I don't know what I thought. I thought there was a ghost. Um, People are not going to be perfect reactors to things, and I think that Prim is like an excellent example of like flawed. Like she's so normal coded. I know that sounds like an insult, but like she I think is reacting to things in a really reasonable way, and I need us all to be able to hold space for evil lesbianism and normal human reactions. Thank you so much. But I don't have a lot to say about Prim. Like I think that was everything. Moving on to Bambi. This girl, like, test her, because there's a diagnosis there somewhere. There's a diagnosis there somewhere. Get her the tests, get her the mood stabilizers, um get her the prescription, because like I think it's okay for her to terrorize other people, but I think she's also terrorizing herself in a way. I'm really curious about like what is going on in her past. Like, I haven't read the novel, so I don't know anything about what happens in the book. But like there's something about like we got hints in the third episode. Oh my god, I should have said it at the top, but there's gonna be spoilers for a lot of stuff. It's gonna be spoilers. But we got hints in the episode about like people knowing her. Like, I really don't think it's so interesting because the girl who like said hi to her in the club at the end of the third episode didn't seem mad. So I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be something really interesting and complicated about what the reason that she had to leave um so quickly. Somebody was making her leave. I think maybe like she was running like in the wrong crowd. She was like in a group of people she should not have been in, and that were, I don't know, like I'm really interested. Like, did she do something to somebody? I think that has to be it. I think that has to be it. Because again, the girl that she was scared of in the club that said hi Bambi didn't seem mad at her. She seemed kind of friendly and didn't seem like trying to do anything odd or weird. So I'd be interested to know. Like, maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting. And we also see like she has a tendency to like she's like a party girl, so like she has a tendency to overdo it at parties, and she sort of like drinks as an escape. Her mom said this she came home drunk again, so like she has a tendency to like get drunk and get messy and like try to escape from running away from her problem. She runs away from her problems. That's interesting. And she has like this shell. Oh. And I agree with people on Twitter. Like, I'm excited to see like the shell come down around somebody. Like, that's what I'm most looking forward to, I think. Or one of the things I'm most looking forward to is like seeing underneath Bambi, and seeing her be real, because she's so unserious, you guys. She is the most unserious. I will never get over the fact that she printed out her one-page resume, put that in, put that in, dress it up in like a clear file holder, mini skirt, tights, knee-high boots, thin heel, hair done to perfection, face beat, shirt that says "I need you," tube top, prance into the office and said, "I'm here to apply for a job, Prim." She's not a serious person. Happy birthday to you. Not a serious person. Not a serious person. So I'm excited to see her get a little bit real. Get a little bit real. The tweet that I wrote about her was, I respect her ability to be in everybody's business. Because the way that she's showing me methods of surveillance that I've never before. Like when she had her selfie phone up, trying to take a selfie, looking at the people behind her. I'm adding that. I'm definitely adding that to my arsenal, because I too am nosy. I too want to know what's going on over there. What are you talking about over there? When she's cozying up behind Prim while Prim is on the phone with Gloria, I too want to know what's going on over there. And I just know that when she gets a whiff of Shasha Gora, she's gonna be really unbearable. I already feel bad for Gloria. I'm already sorry, girl, but it's gonna happen to you. You might as well just accept your fate. Um, yeah. It's crazy that Bambi's mom is like the way that she is. And definitely, girl, mama, you wonder why your daughter acts like that. Look at how you act. Right, right, right. So that was gonna happen. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. I wonder, did they mention like where abroad she went for school? Like, I don't know, like she was abroad, I think. I think she was abroad, but I don't know if they mentioned like where she was at. So that'd be interesting to see. Um but yeah, I'm very curious. I think we're gonna get a little bit more into it next episode, which I'm excited for, episode 4. Now about a review of their relationships. So Prim Bambi. Um, so they're evil lesbian for evil lesbian. They're yes. Like this is the couple that everybody on campus talks about. I just know. I'm 99% certain when they were at university, everybody was like, "Oh, girl, have you heard? Do you know?" I just know that to be fact. I know that to be factual and actual and true. Um, but again, I like this is not slash derogatory. I think evil lesbians, as long as they leave me alone, I think evil lesbians deserve a place in this world. They keep television running. This is very entertaining stuff. Um, I think that they're probably going to be on and off for several years. It's so it's so funny to me. Like I from the way that they left things in this episode, I don't know what the nature of their relationship is going to be. I think like I thought they were going to be like kind of friends with benefits, which I just don't think you can be friends with benefits with your ex. I don't know if that's I don't no. I don't think that's like girl, just be together and leave the rest of us alone. Okay? Friends with benefits. Okay. Right. Anyways, I think they're definitely the kind of couple that's gonna be on and off for several years. But at the end of this episode, it sort of is like Prim is going to allow Bambi to try to win her back. Which, okay. Girl, okay. Is that not what we have been doing the whole time? Prim really kills me. Prim really kills me because it's very much like Sand, where she's gonna say, like, I have my boundaries, you can't cross my boundaries, I'm gonna stand up for myself, like, you da 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 da, and she can't stand on business. She refuses to stand on business. The start of episode 3, Prim was really like, the kiss lasted 10 seconds, okay? That was barely anything. I'm still, like, not getting back together with you. Like, girl, you kissed. You kissed her. What? Right. Refuses to stand on business. So they're gonna do this cycle again and again and again and again until Bambi is in therapy, maybe 2 times a week, on and off several years. It's not gonna last. But I think maybe they like to do that. Sometimes you do like to do that. In terms of fan fiction trope, I'm assigning to them. I'm giving them a high school AU where they're popular leaders of different cliques, okay? Like, or maybe not popular leaders. I don't know. Okay, they could either be like rivals to lovers, like popular leaders of different cliques, and like that's how they're doing it. I don't know, like maybe cheerleaders or something like that. Or it could be like kind of Prim is like an outcast, like hangs out behind the school skateboarding, and they're like secretly doing things with the popular girl. I don't know. Again, the fan fiction writes itself. Thank you. I guess all these fan fiction things that I have here are going to be AUs, which I don't know if that's intentional. But they could also do well in Omegaverse. I don't know a lot about Omegaverse, but I feel like they could turn it out. Like, I feel like it could be really cute. Wait a minute. Enigma? You guys, I'm just learning about what Omegaverse is. I was really anti Omegaverse for a long time. Um, but I think like I've decided to have fun with my life. And I like all of Omegaverse up until the point where there's like actual pregnancy. Like I like the point of conception, like the sperm eating the egg. That's great. Once we get into like the actual logistics of pregnancy, I'm kind of like it's a big word for Elmo, but I think they could do it. I think they could pull it off. Next. Okay. How are we already at 20 minutes? Okay, Sasha. Okay, I recognize in my and everything else I've made about this show, I've mispronounced and misspelled her name. You guys, I have dyslexia, okay? So, until somebody points out to me, "Oh yes, the 2 syllables are the exact same." And you're doing it wrong. I'm not going to know what's going on. So this tweet, her name is misspelled. But yeah, they're calling you a virgin loser that gets no pitches and has no game. Fight back. I love how I really am enjoying the joke on Twitter where they're saying she's a fake playgirl because she's not gotten with any girls. And I wonder, I don't want to speculate on this too much because I really am willing to accept the fact that these are professional actresses, like they're working actresses and they can do whatever they want. But I do wonder if like the reason that we haven't seen a whole lot of mixing and like a lot of like intimate scenes and stuff like that, I wonder how much of that is like, ooh, these actresses are not super duper comfortable doing that right now. I wonder. In which case I think that's kind of really respectful on behalf of production to like follow the actress's lead. But again, we don't know anything for sure. Yeah, so that might be a thing. I know like the show is definitely not written for her to be a loser who gets no play and can't get anyone. But that is how it's coming off because um I guess she has Bonnie now. But she didn't do anything with Bonnie. She did nothing with Bonnie. You guys, I don't think she's good at being a whore. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. But it's so funny that all we do is in this show is see her get rejected. And it was doubly hilarious when she had Goria sitting on her lap and Goria basically said, "Okay, so convince me right now to sleep with you." And Sasha couldn't pull it off. All she had to do was say the right collection of things, and she said the wrong things. She said the exact wrong things, and that's why she got no play that night. She could have had it all in episode 2. She could have had a bite of that cookie in episode 2. And I think like it's not written that way, but I think from what we've seen, Shasta gets by her face card and her audacity alone, because she can't flirt. she just can't. It doesn't work. She's also kind of a bitch. In this episode, we discovered that Sasha is kind of a bitch, because why would you say this is the person that you're trying to get with, you're trying to sleep with? Um, you notice, oh, she's still hung up on this other person. You say that's unrealistic. You're never gonna get together with Prim. Goria, you and Prim, that's never gonna happen. But I'm rooting for you, Susu. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. What is wrong with her? But I love that. I love that she's so kind of rude. Again, I feel like this was also the episode where we got to see hints of the vulnerabilities of different characters. So we saw like something weird is going on with her manager, and her manager seems to be like one of her only friends. That's not true. We saw her in the pool with that one girl. So she could have friends. She could have friends, but like her manager does seem to be her friend as well. And I saw some theories on Twitter that were like, yeah, like the way that Shasha speaks, it sounds like she is very views life in a very transactional way, and that maybe that's because as a model she's had to do things that she didn't want to do. Um and so she really admires this about Goria, who doesn't do anything that she doesn't want to do. Goria never stand. That's like we see the memory at the start of episode 3 of like Goria standing up to the photographer, and that sort of being inspiring to Sasha. So I really hope that that's the route that they go down, because I think that makes this dynamic so like they're kind of fated lovers if that's the case. Like that's kind of really, the food in the kitchen is really really good if that's the case. I hope that's what the route that they go down. I think again we're only on episode 3, so we're in for a lot of surprises before the show is up. So I don't know. I'm open to be pleasantly surprised. Another thing I want to say about Sasha is that she's so Dracula coded. Like episode 2, the whole time that Goria was going to meet, like it felt like Nosferatu. It really did feel like we're we're drifting up up the castle in Transylvania towards Dracula's castle to confront this vampire, this dark force. And then she's always walking around in these suits and like whining and dining people. Like she's so vampire coded. She's so Dracula coded. Oh my god. I love her though. I love her down. Even if she is a virgin loser who gets no play. Like, that's my virgin loser who gets no play. Okay? Okay. Right. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to Goria. I love her. I love her. I think Goria might be one of my favorite character. Like, I just think that one, she is so like self-assured and like knows what she wants and like goes after it, and like kind of is not gonna let anybody talk down to her. Like, I love that. I love that. She's a little firecracker. I love her energy. Um, she needs friends other than Prim. She needs a friend alternative. I really hope that she starts hanging out with Pao. Um, I hope that's what happens. But the tweet that I have for Goria is there's kind of no way, because this is true. There's kind of just no way you're actually waiting for your high school crush until the age of 23, 24. I'm sorry. It didn't, like when you were, because if you must have stayed in contact all this time, if you're working together now and you've been holding this crush for years, she got a long term girlfriend. She was in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years, something like that. She had a long term girlfriend, and the whole time that she was with her long term girlfriend, it never occurred to you, maybe I need to stop. Maybe that the fact that she said, you're my type, and after I'm done with school, like, I'd love to date you. Like, it didn't occur to you then that maybe that was not going to happen. Here's my thing. I think that, okay, leading people on, okay? And again, I said, like, I can see the way that Prim is doing that. I don't think that Prim should have kissed Goria. That was a bad choice. That was a bad decision. That was a bad decision. I think this is a case of two people hearing what they want to hear. Because Prim was hearing, oh yeah, like, I can make out with her, this pretty girl that, like, and try to distract myself from the fact that I miss my ex. Today of all days, it's my birthday. My ex should be here. She's not here, and I miss her. And so I'm trying to distract myself from that fact by kissing somebody else. And Gorgia said she'll be fine, so she'll be fine. Prim heard what you wanted to hear. Oh yeah, like, yeah, she's saying that she's not wanting a relationship now, but like, we can, like, I can change her mind hearing what you wanted to hear. Two people heard what they wanted to hear. 99% of the time, I do think people lead themselves on. They lead themselves on. Because if Goria had been thinking with her mind and said to herself, girl, be so serious, be so for real, she would have said, okay, let me not do that. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. And listen, I've also been in situations where I'm leading myself on, okay? It's not a moral failing. I just think that we need to start taking responsibility in these situations because right. Anyways, yeah, I love Goria. I think her relationship with, well, I guess we'll get there. Um it is fun to watch her kind of go back and forth with Bambi. People are noting like some like sense of sexual tension between the two. I don't know how strongly convinced I am of that. Like, I don't think like I'm, maybe on a rewatch. Maybe if I rewatch, I'll be able to put on my Yuri glasses there. I'm not saying that I don't see it at all. I think they have chemistry here, but I don't know if they necessarily are trying to do stuff with each other. But listen, send me the fan fiction anyways, okay? Send it to me. Show it to me, Rachel. Show me to me, please. And I love all her outfits. She was wearing that burned dress. I have to say, I don't understand all of them. Episode 2, she wore the dress with all the burns in it. I didn't understand that one. Mainly because why are we wearing clogs and striped socks with that burned dress? You know what I mean? The whole thing together wasn't quite computing. But I love, outside of that, I love it. I love it. I love what I see. Um, I think that's all I had to say about Goria. Okay, Sasha Goria. Let's get into the relationship. It's so interesting because they're simultaneously loser for loser and bad bitch for bad bitch. I think that is really in itself a beautiful thing. You don't see that happening very often. But loser for loser and bad bitch for bad bitch work. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love to see it. Um just because well, right, like, yeah. I think, yeah, right. Um I think that their prognosis, like, I'd say that they're going to be long-term girlfriends. Like, they might do like TikTok content together, like These are the clothes that I made for my model girlfriend this week. Some stuff is something cringe like that. Because they are loser for loser. And also simultaneously bad bitch for bad bitch. And I feel like those are the kinds of people that make like couple TikTok accounts. You know what I mean? Um, Modern Vampire AU. This is the fan fiction idea that I believe in the most. Okay? They need to be doing a Modern Vampire AU. Gloria is a vampire hunter employed by Ladybird, like the Ladybird Society, or she's like a Ladybird, like, I don't know. Prim is like the leader of this vampire hunting group, and we have Min is also a vampire hunter, and Pow is also, maybe Pow is like a witch that they like contract to help, cause Pow, like, I know she does tarot readings in this on the side, like we'll get to her, but like work, I love her. But like, and then Gore, and then also Bambi's a vampire. Bambi is Prim's vampire lover ex. Oh my god, you guys. They were together, but then Bambi becomes a vampire and has to, oh my gosh. And then Sasha is the vampire queen or the vampire prince. Oh, the vampire prince of Bangkok. And like Bambi is slightly elevated in status, and like Sasha feels like trapped in her. Oh, it could like a True Blood AU. Oh, please. I'm sorry. But like, imagine how delicious that's gonna be. And then Gloria has to go undercover to the depths of the castle to try to kill Sasha and end her tyrannical reign, but ends up catching feelings. Oh, that's the kind of shit that I love. It's the kind of shit that I love. I'll write it. I will. Once I figure out some of the details some more. I know it sounds like I had a lot of the details, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much you have to have figure out before you start writing fan fiction. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah. I need 20 different modern vampire A. Okay, it could even be like a less modern vampire AU, but I need 20 different vampire AUs on my desk by Monday morning. Next, men, men. So this is the part of the video where things get controversial because I am on Stan Twitter, and people are saying a lot of things about Min and Pow that I don't fully understand, but we'll get into that. So Min is pre-ordering an HR violation. I said this before. So she sees a cute girl at the bar and she says, "Okay, work for me." And then she doesn't go to a work meeting with Prim. She shows up late to work because she had to go kiss their newest employee. Right. Um, Men get it together. I don't know why people are trying to cancel Pow. They need to be trying to cancel Men because this is not right. This is not right. Messy. Because why are you trying to, like, okay, I get you want to be closer to the cute girl that you met at the bar. Do you have to employ her? Is that the way that we're flirting now? Employing people? Also, are we gonna see? Okay, I guess we're gonna get to that soon. I need to definitely put a pin in that for myself. Are we gonna see Min be a bartender? Because, I mean, Pal be a bartender? It's just funny to me. Um, Anyways, yeah, that's really messy, man. I love this episode, like, her she's finally breaking out of the freedom, breaking out of the, I guess, the grip that evil man had on her, and like wearing her back out to the office. Work, have your whole back out in the office. Have your whole back out in the office. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. I kept going, wow, beautiful lady, this whole episode. um I think she's also funny. I love the friendship dynamic between Min and Prim. Um and I love, like, friendship. Like, yes, the show is about being messy and being a lesbian, but also it's about friendship, you guys. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about friendship. Like I should have said that when I was talking about Sasha and maybe Bambi, but like I'm excited to see them be friends because I need them to flirt some more. I should have said that. They need to flirt some more because please, you guys, what are we doing here? But I'm excited to see them be friends, and I like seeing Min and Prim be friends. Um, maybe she should have tried to kiss Prim first. That would have been something. That would have been great. Actually, in fan fiction that I'm writing, Min um has kissed Prim before. That's my headcanon. They've also kissed. They've also kissed each other. They've experimented. Because why not? I think like straight women, because I mean, again, like episode 1, she was, oh my god, I hope she likes me. When Pal came over to take a picture of them at that gay bar, Blossom. So I don't think she's that straight. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. But straight women love to flirt with gay people. They love to flirt with lesbians. They love to flirt with bi girls. So I think that honestly, she's not going far enough in her flirting. Because if this was real and true to life, she'd be saying, "Oh my god, you're so cute." Oh, I guess she has been doing that. Never mind. Never mind. But like, "Oh my god, my wife, my wife." Like they love to say, "Oh my god, look at my wife, my wife, my wife is here." Right. Right. But Messy Lady, um, I'm excited to see how her like little discovery situation is going. Um, I think it'll definitely be interesting. I think like they're picking up. I feel like in episode 1 and 2, like it was very stagnant stuff. Like, and now they're finally locking in on actually committing to the Min Pao storyline. I feel like episodes 1 and 2 is just like kind of the same flirting scenes over and over. Like their story wasn't really progressing. So now I'm glad that they're finally locking in. I almost feel like they could have just not given them scenes if they weren't gonna do stuff that was gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't love the scenes that they had in episode 1 and 2, but I was living for Min Pao in episode 3. Um, Next talk about Pao. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. What did I say? Oh yeah. Oh my god. I feel like I should have waited to pull up the tweet here. You guys. Predatory, really? 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 Like words mean like you I just don't so a lot of people on Twitter are like really upset this past episode over Pao's actions because they think that Pao's being predatory toward men and pushing boundaries and like yada 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 etc etc. I don't I just don't know if that's happening. Okay? I think what's happening is Pao is flirting with this lady and she's being half serious about all of it. And she asks like, like should I continue? Like, she basically in this episode asks, like, should I continue to hit on you or whatever? Like, is there a chance? And Min doesn't say, please don't. Like, I think Min is very clear. Min is very visually clear. I think that Pao knows this by now. When Min is uncomfortable versus when Min is blushing and kicking her feet under the table and going, oh my god, stop saying that to me. Like, I don't think that Pao is the kind of person that would get any sort of pleasure out of doing things that make people uncomfortable. I think that the reason that she likes flirting with men so much is because Min likes it. She clearly likes it. She clearly likes it. So I'm having a hard time understanding where people are seeing any of the stuff that's gone on right now as being predatory. Is she a little bit pushy? Yeah, like for me personally, I wouldn't love to be like this, flirted with like this by anyone. Like me personally, that's not my tea. Like, but I think if I was like, oh, haha, and I wasn't clearly enjoying it, men would stop. I mean, Prowl would stop. So like, You guys, you guys, I think it's okay. I really think that it's okay. And I think that Min is exactly where she wants to be right now, okay? Um, oh my god. The scene where the photo shoot scene, I was actually screaming the whole time. I was screaming the whole time. Insane, crazy, and I think that was a sex act. I really do think that was a sex act. They basically already had sex. There's lots of different kinds of sex, you know. And one of them is doing a photo shoot where she begins to slowly expose her back to you, like that. And you keep like um but yeah, besides that, I think Pao is a cool girl. um she's very like, I'll be interested to know more about and see, like, if we get to see more about Pao's like internal thinking, and like I want Pao to talk to somebody that's not men. That's actually my goal. I want to see Pao talk to somebody that's not men. I want to see Pao um be a bartender because I forgot this whole time that that's what she did. Um and I yeah. I want to see Pao kiss men again, I guess. Um but if I get those three things, I'll be pretty pleased. I didn't Isn't she also going to like try to get with some other girl? Doesn't that also happen? I remember that being like a plot point in the trailer, and like also like in the pilot, and then also in the trailer maybe. So that'll be interesting to see. That'll be interesting. I'm excited for when Pao gets messy on her own, okay? Um in terms of Min Pao, messy for messy. Messy for messy, because these, like, if you are getting into this situation that they're getting into right now, like, you don't want to live your life in peace. You had no intention of ever living your life in peace, because you have a crush again. I just can't get over the fact that the you have a crush on the bartender and you decide to hire her. Wow. Okay. 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 You meet a girl by fighting off her crazy ex-boyfriend, and you decide, oh yes, this I'm gonna lock into this situation. Right. Right. Messy for messy. Messy for messy. Their relationship prognosis, I think they're gonna be married before the end of the year. I think very quick marriage. Very quick. Once they get over this whole situationship stage, they're zooming off to the courthouse. They're gonna get a cat too. They're gonna get mini cats. Are they cat gays or are they dog gays? Let me enhance. I think they're gonna get cats. They're gonna get cats. Again, no, she does not play about astrology. I know she's already drawn up a birth chart for men. I just I just know. Oh my god, if they're really real, we're gonna see the tarot scene. Wait. Oh, that happened in a different show. Like, did we see that already? No. Um, I hate to do this to them, but they're definitely getting Prof X. Maybe Prof XTA. Let's make it less problematic. Professor X grad TA. That's the fan fiction trope that they're giving. Yeah. Yeah. But, I don't I don't know how to make that better. I fear. But like sometimes you need something that's a little bit problematic. You know what I mean? At least it's not just teacher X student. That would be bad. That would be actually bad. Okay. Girl rules. My thoughts on everything as a whole. I'll also be getting into like my predictions on what's to come. The shoulders out are again. I think that's been my favorite like sequence, the photo shoot, because I think that everything was coming together perfectly in that scene. I think the music, the editing, the progression, the tension, but the acting, the performances, the back, the shoulder, everything work. Excellent, delicious food. Um, Milk Bonnie, that was that was a surprise. That was a surprise. I hope that Bonnie is like in like more of the show and like continues to show up as Bipor. Somebody is named Bipor. I don't know which actress has the name Bipor, but I've heard that name before. Um, But yeah, I hope that Bonnie's still in it. I hope that Emmy makes an appearance. I don't know if she will, but I hope so. I know that Saizi and people are speculating that Kapuk's gonna be there. I hope we get Jing Jing. I hope we get Jing Jing. I hope we get I hope we get Jamie. Every actress needs to pull up to set. What are we doing here? Every actress needs to be on the set. This is historic. This is history in the making. Get in your car. Arrive. Um Next. Oh yeah, like we need to do more mixing. It's episode 3 and I feel like Goria has already given up on I really hope that Goria has like officially given up on things with Prim because like one like we can't do the same thing again and again and again. Um but I'm kind of sad. I thought that we're going to see more of that dynamic. If they end it now, I guess like we're going to see Goria like yearning. I hope like Goria like kind of lashes out at Prim a little bit. Like okay, if they like change up the their dynamic. So now we get Goria being mad at Prim. Like let's being passive aggressive. Ooh, that'll be good to see. And like what happened to um Sasha and Bambi? Like let's see more of that. I want to see more of that. Like if we don't get them because I think they said in an interview, like was it Film said in an interview that Sasha sees, or I think it was in like in the episode 0, like Sasha gets to see Bambi with her guard down. I loved, wow, again, like I'm excited for the friendship in the show. But it's I was really hoping that they were gonna go a little bit farther with that, but I guess they got a lot of stuff to do, so if it had to end, it had to end. um Editing of this episode, so I really do understand what they're trying to do with the editing. Like I get it. Like and I'm in support of them doing this because I don't think that I think this is like a unique style that is not really being touched on by any other show is doing that. Like it feels like very much I saw like, queer media, people talking about queer media in like the 90s and 2000s has very much that vibe, and I definitely see that. It's also reminding me a lot of like music videos and like it has that kind of like the editing for within a scene contained sometimes takes on that feel. Like definitely like the Red Room scene in episode 3 was very much that. I just feel like we need to lock in. Like we need to get really, I think episode 3 it just wasn't working because I don't know if there was like too much in the episode that they had to like cut down, which I guess like yeah, like in Thailand I think it's airing on TV, so they have to fit things within a certain time frame, but like maybe they could put an uncut version, send the uncut version on YouTube or like IQ or something like that. But yeah, it just didn't quite work this episode, and they did the most this episode, which I was okay with. But I feel like you also have to be like, you have to be really precise about that stuff or it just doesn't gel completely, and it just wasn't gelling completely. So episodes 1 and 2 I thought were fine. I noticed that things were happening. I think like pacing wise, I think episode 1 was the best in terms of editing, but like the sound wasn't good. And I'm not talking about like, I don't think that the background music is actually that much of a problem. I'm talking about like the mics are, there's like artifacting and like, or what is Alicing, and there's like clipping. I don't know what's going on. In terms of like the actual mic, the equipment translation into the um editing booth. There was like a disconnect there, I think, in filming. The sound for these last couple of episodes I noticed have been like better, but like I don't know. But yeah, I think like they just need to tweak it a little bit more. But I also feel like it's the sort of thing where like on a rewatch it could be better. I mean, I just might have too much ADHD and it was I couldn't handle it. But I think like on a rewatch I could get down with it. But for right now, I'm thinking it needs a little bit more polish, in terms of the editing. Um, Again, it's hard for me to like rank. I saw a lot of people are like making a lot of rankings right now, and I just personally am having a hard time saying this character is worse than that character because nobody's done anything crazy. But we're on episode 3. I need people to remember that we're only on episode 3. We're only on episode 3. Okay, this is like 1/4. This is, yeah, we're 25% of the way through the show. So if there are problems, I believe you that there are problems, but we give it time, little darling girl. Okay, and then next, oh yeah, Twitter today especially was hard. I guess yesterday because I'm filming this at like 4 a.m. Uh, like let's all remember it's episode 3. I think people just like to complain, and like I understand, like I love to complain too, but it's hard to like be trying to enjoy the experience of a show while everybody is just constantly complaining about the show that you're trying to enjoy. So that's just a personal thing that I'm finding. Um, I'm gonna hold like gross complaint. I'm gonna hold like, oh, the show's not working at all until I see the whole thing. I will say like episode 1 and 2, I was having a little bit of a harder time like locking in on. Um, but yeah, I think that sometimes things are not the way that you would like them to be, but it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that they're different. Like, I think that this is not really comparable to other GLs, and so trying to make like I think that the thing that I was excited about for Girl Rules is that it was going to be kind of different from other GLs that I've seen and that are being made right now. Like, I think this has it definitely has a point of view. You can't say that there's no point of view here. You can't say there's no creativity. You can't say that there's no specific angle that's trying to be taken. Whether that's executed well or not so well, I think that remains to be seen. But I really appreciate that all the risks that this show is trying to take. I'm glad that we're seeing it. And yeah, I'm excited for episode 4. Do I have any specific predictions? No, not really. Not really. I think like someone said we've seen most of the scenes that were in the trailer by episode 3. You guys, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared. Um, yeah, I think that's like the end of my presentation, I think. Um, but I think I'll make a video like this, um, like every 3 episodes, or I might, it's odd because that means I'm gonna be making like I don't know, my upload schedule will be weird if I do this and then only friend stream on for every 3 episodes, so I might switch either this talking about this show to every 4, or only friend stream on to doing every 4. I don't know yet. I'll see like when both episodes come out, both like 6 episodes come out, if I have anything to say about them by then. But yeah, you don't have to subscribe to me for more content. You might want to like the video, because that makes me smile. That makes me happy when people do that. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be an actual YouTuber. I don't think that I am, because I don't think that I have the wherewithal to be. So I don't know if I should end the video with call to actions. But wait, I do think that if I say subscribe, did the little button do the thing? Down there, the little button. Did it do it? That's so cool, right? I don't recommend that you subscribe to me, because what is this content? Is this good content? I don't know. I don't even know how I'm actually so tired. It's 4 a.m. I should not be awake right now. I don't know how coherent anything I said in this video was. I have to be up so early. What am I doing with my life? Bye. Goodbye.